like there's several of my clients who are lacking, you know, they just worked. A lot of their friends that they were friends with were people that they met at work. So all you're going to talk about is work. And so they wanted like, like my client yesterday, she's like, when we first started working together, she goes, every time I hang out, I have nothing else to talk about because there's nothing else going on in my life except my job. And then I just bitch about it the whole time.
Okay, how about
And
this then?
so
I
yeah.
like this.
Okay.
So it's like almost like fulfillment outside of your 9 to 5 is really the thing. So
Mm,
reinvent yourself, how to find
yeah.
fulfillment outside your 9 to 5.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Then none of it comes up negative, like even though you
Yeah,
have, okay,
exactly.
outside of your, I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. So
Yeah.
find fulfillment outside your 9 to 5, or if you think of, I think if there's a part of it that I would try to kind of mull over a little more is like finding something,
Hmm.
like what is that thing? Find fulfillment, finding happiness, like what is that first part of it? But outside
Yeah.
of your 9 to 5, I think captures it in a way where it identifies who you are specifically trying to help people that have a 9 to 5, and that the it pinpoints like where is the dissatisfaction, which is like what else is there outside of my life, right?
Yeah.
There's something there maybe about
Oh, I
work life
love this.
balance
Yeah.
too, like finding balance
Hmm.
outside your 9 to 5, or I will
Yeah.
work on that piece a little more. Like what is the key thing that if you think about all the clients have come to you or that you can foresee
Hmm.
coming to you, and they say, Travia, if you could uh, take away this thing or give me this thing, then I will be, happy or satisfied. What is it?
Hmm.
Is it the word fulfillment? What is it? And then whatever that is, I think you just plug it into the beginning of that.
Right, right. Yeah, nothing is better right now in this moment than fulfillment because fulfillment takes on the shape of so many different things according to what that person is looking for.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing and a bad thing, right? It's good that it can capture more people,
Yeah.
but if you can find something that's like like a scalpel and like really dig into the
Yeah.
key problem, like put that there instead. We don't want to be
Yeah.
broad, right? We
Okay.
want to be like if like
Right.
8 out of 10 of your clients say like um I get fulfillment for sure. I can nod my head to yeah, I would love that more. But really, what I want is more respect from my spouse or respect from my
Right.
friends. Then you should just use that instead because that is like what is really pressing their buttons. Because fulfillment is like yeah, you can capture a lot of things under an umbrella, but doesn't really push any buttons.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
like
Right,
if I'm
right.
lacking fulfillment, I'm like, well, that's his life. But if I'm lacking
Okay.
respect or something, I'd be like, okay,
Right,
that's
right.
painful.
Okay. Okay. All right. Ooh, get even more specific. Okay. Because
Yeah.
now I'm only going to how to find the life you love outside of your 9 to 5, but no. So
No. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's still too broad. Okay. All right. Ooh, okay, that's gonna take a little more
Oh,
thinking.
I think there's something here too. Maybe like how to truly live or how to truly become alive outside your 9 to 5. Like something like that. I feel is really
Okay.
in line with your
Ooh,
um
okay.
yeah your the value that you give them. Like how to live
Okay.
outside your 9 to 5. How to
Oh,
truly
I like
live
that. Yeah.
outside your
How to
9 to 5.
truly live outside of your 9 to 5. You're so
Yeah.
good at this. You're just like a little, you're like a whole machine of ideas.
Yeah, no,
That's what I love about
we work
working
well
with
together.
you.
I think obviously key part of it is bringing me this feedback. Otherwise, I don't know
Uh-huh.
that you're working with 9 to 5 people. So I think once you bring that, I
Yeah.
can work my magic.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah. So you think I should go ahead and put the subhead? I love this. How to truly live outside of your 9 to 5.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I do too. And then I can gauge and direct I mean, just so many more things now fall in alignment with it. Oh yeah, because that's exactly what I do.
So now
Okay.
I would take a really scrutinized look at your episode content and ask yourself like,
Hmm.
hey, am I creating like give me an example of like a topic that you covered in like your last one of your last few episodes.
So the episode that's coming out on Thursday is where a lot of this started. And the name of the episode is How to Think Big When You've Been Conditioned to Think Small. And so that's all the environment and all that kind of stuff, because I've already gotten, that's like the title of my talk that I'm going to do tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then my solo, well, let's not even talk about a solo, but we talked about my last interview before that was with a self-love coach. And then before that, it was with, thriving on your terms with another coach. And so I have you coming up, and then I have another a lady who left her corporate job, which is, this is perfect. That
Mm-hmm.
interview is perfect. It comes out next week. I've already edited and everything. She left a corporate job because she didn't have a life, because they didn't care about personal development and growth. And so she's like, so she and her husband are starting this fitness business of meal prep, and he's a trainer. And so then after that, and I'm recording a podcast this Friday with a mindset fitness coach. And he's a Black guy. And so we'll delve into, well, how do you find that fulfillment, especially for people who, because I love that we can talk about when you're conditioned to think small, how do we show and teach people that the 9 to 5 is not, it doesn't have to end there.
Yeah. Okay. So all those topics, I think makes sense. I think when these are already recorded, right?
Well, except the guy on Friday is not recorded.
Okay. So let's say they weren't recorded. When you go into these episodes, anything that you create moving forward, think about like, how do I ask questions to, like, imagine the person listening to it is actually listening to it during their 9 to 5. How do you ask the questions to get actionable or mindset shifting answers out of your guests that they can apply specifically because they have a 9 to 5, not because there's a difference between that and like, I can apply this regardless if I have a 9 to 5 or not. Right. Let's say you give me advice on how to, think differently about how to be more mindful when I choose what I want to eat. Yeah. If I have a 9 to 5, I could take that advice. If I didn't have a 9 to 5, I could take the same advice, which is bad. Right. Because what we want to do is say, how can you ask questions, or how can you ask questions that apply to me because I have a 9 to 5. For example, like, let's say that, again, I'd make this up, but let's say that you have someone coming on that is teaching you how to be more mindful when you're eating or choosing what to eat. Then the questions could be like, if you are, what kind of advice would you give to someone that works in an office and all they have is, the office cafeteria foods, or food from like the snack, or whatchamacallit, the vending machine? How do you see now the question, that the content for that is only applicable because I am in this audience, not because not like if I wasn't in his audience, or if the advice can still be applicable to me, that's fine to include in an episode. But the more you can create content, and this is something you have to get better at over time, the more you can create content because I am a member of this audience, the more specific and more deep the information the more impactful the information you'll be able to create for your audience. But if you can create content, ask questions that, apply to them because they are a member of the audience, not despite or in spite of their membership to this audience, the better.
That is incredible, Felix. Sometimes you just blow me away. I just love that.
Yeah. Wow. So definitely keep that in mind.
I never thought of that because,
I think this, this is the value in really niching down and truly understand and, basically like shedding the weight off of your wings when you're trying to create content. You think, let me carry more things, I can fly higher, but that's not true, right? The more you can cut out, the more you can really pinpoint how to create, super, super deep content.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. Thank you so much. This has been invaluable.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I think maybe a good thing to do, if we can practice this more. So I think you nailed the niche down. I like the direction it's going. I don't think we have to go any more specific anytime soon. We can go more specific later, like all of a sudden, like a year from now, you're like, all of your clients are 9 to 5 people in tech, which I think you kind of told me at one point that, maybe we should go even deeper in that direction. And we find that, okay, there's more, depth that we can explore. in that way, in that direction, then we can do that. But I think for now, like the 9 to 5 thing, the people that want to find a life outside the 9 to 5, I think that's a great niche. I think now the focus should be how can we make sure that the content lines up with all of that too, and that is not just some generic advice that could apply to someone that's 9 to 5 or not. So I think for the next time you have an interview scheduled or a podcast you're going to record, I think it might be useful just to come up with questions. So how can we get better at asking questions again from the perspective or lens of your audience?
Got it. Yeah. Okay. That's it. That's a great idea. Perfect.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, let me know. Just bring that next time, and
that sounds good.
We'll spend time doing that. Were there any other questions that you had?
All right. I will. No, this is it. This is all I really wanted to focus on.